Have you ever heard of Inazuma 11? I don't think many of you have, but surprisingly it is more popular than I thought and it's still going on. Some people must have seen it. Inazuma 11 is my favorite sports anime and on the third place of my most favorite anime of all time. Higher than Attack on Titan. Yes, you heard me. Maybe you're thinking, wow, this must be a marvelous show considering it's even above Attack on Titan. No, it's not. It's about 10 levels underneath Attack on Titan in One Piece. But I don't care. It's football and it's anime, my two favorite things. Yes, it's that easy for me to like something. Now maybe you're asking, but wouldn't that make all football anime your favorite anime? No, it wouldn't. Because they are not anime, or more precisely, most of them are not anime enough. They try to be realistic. That's what Inazuma 11 Artist Entertainment also tried to do, and it ruined the show. So I dropped it. I know objectively there are plenty of sports anime better than it, but I don't care. It's still the most fun anime to watch. If you just open your heart, close your brain, and let all the madness and corniness overtake you. As I said, it's about a football team. Of course, it's as cliche as it gets. So the team of the main protagonist and the goalkeeper Endo Mamoru, whose name literally means to protect, by the way, you know, because he's a goalkeeper, you couldn't make that stuff up. Anyway, his team hasn't won a game forever and they are on the verge of their club being dissolved. So they have to win this one big game against the current champions of Japan, who have, by the way, won it for the last 20 years. And they arrive with a literal train and servants lining up to pay them respects. These are middle school kids going on to football matches, by the way. Endo just managed to scrap a team of 11 boys who never even kicked a football, and they go down bad. They go down 20-0. Until a super striker who hung up his boots in middle school, I remind you, he hung up his boots before, gets on the pitch, scores one goal against them and the opposite team gives up because they only came to scout him. This alone is so over the top, I love it. With their new striker, they participate in the National Football Cup and obviously they win because they are the main protagonist team. And it's not like they never played football before, right? No, they didn't. Season 1 was really solid, but still kept it simple. If we don't count in the special moves, oh yeah, the special moves. If you thought Kuroko no Basket had over the top special moves, these guys literally shoot balls faster than bullets, jump higher than freaking buildings, summon ghost thingies or literal elements out of nowhere, and they use all of this to play football. This is like what football games must look like in the My Hero Academia universe. Oh, and also in the finals they win against a bunch of kids who have god complex and are literally drugged, so they play better in the most cliche way possible. They get destroyed 3-0, and I literally mean destroyed. They are getting beaten up with shoots until they can't stand anymore. They're getting beaten up. That's not a sports anime anymore, it's a shonen, which I love when they do it, by the way. It's so, I don't know how to explain it, but I just love it. And then the captain, Endo Mamoru, learns his grandpa's secret ultimate technique in the last second and saves the shot. He doesn't score one, he saves one. And because of that, they break their wills so hard and he rose his teammates' spirit so high, they end up winning 3-4. Scoring the fourth with the final whistle, obviously. As I said, the first season is quite simple. Season 2 is my by far favorite season and most rewatched season since all of it is on YouTube, despite objectively being the worst. But this show is so over the top. I think this is such a highlight. Anyway, after winning the cup, they drive back to school to celebrate, and now after you have won the tournament arc, what else are you supposed to do in a sports anime? Attack all schools in the country with aliens who challenge mid-school students to a match of football, and if they lose, they destroy their school. This is the greatest shit ever written down. Quick spoiler. The aliens aren't real aliens, they are orphans who lived in the same orphanage, and the director who they all saw as their father found some crazy meteor which boosts your power, so they are also drugged. And he decides to let his children play football against mid-schoolers and destroy their school. He has a meteor which drugs your power up and he lets them play football against middle schoolers. The main cast actually gets to drive around Japan and scouts more people as their own members get beaten up so hard they have to go to the hospital. This anime is still about football. Their star player who helped them out before Remember Goenji Shuya? He leaves the club because the aliens are blackmailing him and they replace him with a schizophrenic super striker whose dead brother reincarnated inside of him. You cannot make stuff like this up. I wonder what they've had in the writing room. This is genius writing. By the way, the character drama in the season is actually quite decent. Okay, we had a national tournament. A fake alien invasion, what now? Of course the international tournament. Well, nothing really crazy happens other than a team's family being held hostage and get bad stuff done to them if they lose, which isn't the wildest shit you've heard so far. But before the semi-finals, we have a cut. Why ever? And the mangaka must have smoked the biggest pot ever, because out of nowhere they stopped the World Cup stuff and our main team has to play against literal demons and angels because they kidnapped their managers and wanted to sacrifice them. How do they solve the problem? Playing football, baby. It's not gonna stop, by the way. This is only getting wilder. By the way, writing this, I realized why this is my favorite sports anime yet again. This shit is so crazily weird. The next series is called Inazuma 11 Go and plays 10 years in the future. So we have a new cast and a new main character. His name is Matsukaze Temba, which means something like wind, and all his attacks are based on wind stuff. So again, it's Konya-san. In the first season they played the football frontier again. Remember the one Endo and his mates played in the first season, but this time they are fighting against corruption in youth football. So it's politicians, and the star striker from Endo's team, Goenji, is the head of this organization because he has gone full Sasuke and they are rigging every football match and telling one team to lose and the other to win. Why ever? Why ever? There's literally, they are talking about because we have to keep the balance, but what the fuck? There's no real reason. And Tenma and their new coach Endo have to fight against it. This season is really good written in my opinion. Well, for Inazuma 11 standards, but the fanbase seems to hate it because they replaced the main cast. But I still liked it really much. Now, there are 2 more seasons of the Go series, but I don't remember half the shit that happened. So here's a brief summary, but I think this is enough to understand the craziness that is going on in the series. In Inazuma 11 Go Chrono Stone, so the second season of the Go series, they time travel and play football against samurai and cavemen to stop an evil traveling organization. And in Inazuma 11 Go Galaxy, yes, you have guessed it, they traveled through space and play football against literal aliens this time, so their whole species doesn't get killed basically. This is still a football anime. This is not a sports anime. This is the wildest shit I have ever seen in my life. But because it's the theme of the show and the video games, they all have to play football to settle the most ridiculous situations ever. If you're not interested to watch it now, you can't call yourself an anime fan because this shit is the most anime thing ever. Oh, also the series still continues, but as I said, they tried to make stuff more realistic, so it kinda sucks now. I didn't really continue watching it. Maybe it's gone crazily wild again, I don't know, but that's just my opinion. If you enjoyed this video, if you thought, what the hell is this anime? Maybe leave a like, maybe leave a comment. That's it from me, and yeah.